Hello guys, welcome to the cybersec and this is your cybersec tutor. Today in this session we are going to learn about OSI model with the examples and the scenarios. So without wasting the time, let's start the video. What is OSI model? OSI stands for Open System Interconnection and is a framework to understand and design network systems, which is developed by ISO in 1984. The purpose is communication between servers and clients. The overview of layers. So basically in OSI model we have 7 layers. But why we have 7 layers? Because it was designed to break down complex networking functions into smaller and manageable components, okay, which helps standardized communication processes between different systems and devices. Each layer in the OSI model represents a specific function and making it easier for developers and engineers to troubleshoot. So now we will see each layer one by one with examples. So our first layer is physical layer. Physical layer is responsible for the actual transmission of raw data over a physical medium such as cables or wireless signals. A physical layer defines the hardware elements involved in the data transfer and how data is transmitted and received at the most fundamental levels. For example, the physical assets such as Ethernet cable, fiber optics, RJ45 cables, hubs, etc. Our next layer is data link layer. Data link layer is responsible for the data transfer between two devices on the same network, handling error detection, correction, and frame synchronization. The data link layer takes the raw bits provided by the physical layer and packages them into frames, which are then transmitted to the next layer or devices. Okay, uh, we will see or we will understand it with the example scenario. Suppose you are using your laptop to send a message to your friend's phone, okay, and both are connected to the same Wi-Fi router. So what is happening here is data link layer helps break the messages into frames and ensures each frame gets to the right device using MAC address, and checks for errors and manages the flow of data so that both your laptop and your friend's phone can communicate smoothly. Our third layer is network layer, which is responsible for manage network addressing and routing. It is responsible for moving data across different networks and ensuring that data reaches its correct destination even if it has to pass through multiple intermediate devices, okay, like routers or networks. Suppose you send an email from New York to London. The network layer uses your IP address and your friend's IP address to determine the best path across routers and networks. The email is split into packets, forwarded through various routers, and reassembled at the destination, ensuring your message reaches your friends correctly. In simple way, we can say network layer is transferring the data using IP address or routers. Our fourth layer is transport layer, which is responsible for ensuring end-to-end communication between devices and providing reliable data transfer across networks. It ensures the data is delivered correctly in proper manner and without errors. This layer is responsible for managing how data is sent and received between devices on different networks. For example, it is uses different protocols such as TCP, UDP protocols to transfer the data. Let's understand with the scenario. When you streaming a video from YouTube, the transport layer ensures the video data is broken into small segments and arrives without errors and proper rate and delivered to the correct application on your device, okay. Our next layer is session layer. The session layer is responsible for establishing and managing and terminating connections or sessions between two applications on different devices. It ensures that both devices are synchronized for communication and that the session is properly closed when done. For example, when you make a video call, the session layer set up and manages the communication between your device and your friend's device. Okay, and it ensures the conversation is smooth, synchronized, and can recover from interruptions. Once the call ends, the session layer gracefully terminates the session. Our next layer is presentation layer. Presentation layer is responsible for translating the data, encryption, decryption the data, and represent the data in particular format. I'll give you the scenario on this. Suppose when you send a secure email with an attachment, the presentation layer handles encoding and decoding, compresses the attachment, and encrypts the email content. The recipient systems then decrypt and decodes the data so they can read your message and view the attachment. So simply we can say presentation layer is for represent the data or encryption or decryption, for the encryption or decryption the data. And our last layer is application layer. The application layer provides the interface for users to interact with the network. It ensures that end user can access network resources through software applications like web browsers, email, client emails like we have Outlook, or file transfer applications. For example, when you use a web browser to visit a website, then application layer is responsible for generating the request using HTTP, sending it to the server, and processing the response, which is our web page. Okay, and it ensures that you can interact with the website through an easy to use interface. Okay, and it manages the data and session, display the page correctly. So this is the overview on OSI model. As you can see in the image, our three layers are nothing but a software layer, and last three layers are our hardware layers, and the transport layer is the core layer of OSI model. You can refer to this image. These are some examples in real world scenarios. So this is the overview on OSI model, or our next video is going to be on TCP and UDP protocol. So thank you guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Please do subscribe and share the video. We'll see you in the next video.